For me, it was a self-imposed pressure.
Was I under pressure? No.
Yeah, they're under pressure. Everyone's under pressure.
OTB AM's Pressure Rankings with Gillette.
And the big pressure.
Just coming up to 10 to 9 on this Monday morning, you're watching or listening to OTB AM. Nathan Murphy, it is All-Ireland Monday from a hurling standpoint, but it is All-Ireland Monday from a football standpoint as well. The build-up is beginning like a boulder at the top of the hill. You are about to push it downwards. Who is under pressure this week?
Well, I'm starting my week as I mean to go on. I've got my Kieran MacDonald mug. I'm having my morning coffee. A slow start as we build up. But we're keeping the hype level low this year for Mayo. So we're going to go with an all-football final pressure rankings. In at number 5 in the pressure rankings this week, Owen, is Kevin Kilbane. While 2020 has been a tough year for most of us, it's been a sensational year for Kevin Kilbane. Let's think back to last January when he started out on Dancing on Ice. We all wondered how this would go. He blew us away with his talent, and boy, has he been rewarded in life away from the ice. He's gone to Canada, himself and Brianne. Things are going well. There's a baby on the way early in the new year. But I fear for Kevin this weekend, there's pressure because I don't think Brianne has seen the real Kevin Kilbane the way I have seen the real Kevin Kilbane. I don't know if she's looked into his eyes 10 minutes from the end of an All-Ireland final with a tear in one eye and think, this is it. This is the moment Mayo are going to do it. So they're going to experience that for the first time. And I don't know how Brianne is going to react when she sees that Kevin's love may be shared, that he may not just be fully dedicated, that actually a piece of him is always going to be with Mayo. So that is what's going to happen. And that's a pressure on Kevin. And there's also, of course, if things don't go well next Saturday and he's absolutely losing the rag, an angry side of Kevin Kilbane that she may not have seen either.
There is also the pressure on the fact that he's got to convert a lot of people to become new Mayo fans. What better way to do that than actually getting over the line? Nobody wants to support a team that come up second best in what could be, I'm not sure, maybe they've been watching back old tapes of Mayo all year long.
Yeah, I hear there's a new, the Mayo Association in Dublin is obviously a hugely successful venture. And at the Mayo Association in Canada, Kevin Kilbane is going to be their honorary president. They'll make up another Mayo Person of the Year award to give him, no doubt.
Yes, that's a fantastic idea. I think Kevin Kilbane should just be the global Mayo Man of the Year and the global ambassador for the International Mayo Association. So Kevin Kilbane under pressure at number 5. Who's in at number 4?
In at number 4, the Gardaí. This is going to be a difficult week for the Gardaí, particularly if Mayo win. Can you imagine how sickening it's going to be next Sunday night, next Monday night, 3-4 days before Christmas, and you've been told, get out there now and get on the roads and make sure nobody's making any unnecessary travel. Stand there for hours to make sure nobody's meeting up with a few friends to celebrate. A lot of pressure on, the whataboutery as well of, well, why is that person standing within 5 meters of that person that's not from their same household? Even for the Dubs, you got to be aware. Everybody's watching. Everybody's waiting with their smartphone to catch you out. So I feel sorry for the players in this as well. Tommy Walsh spoke about the Limerick players trying to social distance on the pitch. We saw that the players couldn't all go up to the Hogan stand together. One by one, they go and lift the trophy and have their moment with it. Everybody is waiting to catch somebody out during these All-Ireland celebrations. So let's just keep it sensible. Let's not go crazy. But the poor guards are going to be out there, particularly, they'll be blocking that bridge to Achill. Nobody allowed on. Nobody allowed off.
What is your plan, Nathan? Like, what is plan B? They had plan B up in the big screen in Croke Park. When Mayo win, but you're locked into your house. What is plan B for you?
Well, I'll be in Croke Park, so I'll be,
okay. You always find a way in. You always find a way in for the big day.
Working hard, no matter what happens, no matter what the result is. This is what I was talking about earlier with Limerick. That, like, one of the joys is that, and sadly, well, I say the joys, is that quite often Mayo people, I don't know if you know this, Owen, have a habit of getting a little bit carried away and maybe make plans for the days after an All-Ireland final that are made on the presumption of victory. So you may have booked a hotel in Castlebar for the Monday night after an All-Ireland final so that you don't have to find a way home after the homecoming celebration.
Yeah, you're talking obviously about all those running orders that may or may not have had to have been ripped up completely for the Monday after an All-Ireland that may or may not have involved like outside broadcasting, Castlebar or something like that. But maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year. Number 3, who's in the pressure rankings at number 3 ahead of the Gardaí and Kevin Kilbane?
John Costello. A lot of pressure on John Costello. He's going to be listening when Dublin win the 6 in a row, imagine how his ears are going to be burning. The damage he has done to this great sport across the country by, running things properly. So, John Costello, a lot of pressure on John. Will he split the dubs? Will he not split the dubs? What's he going to do to make it a fair sport for everybody else?
Do you not think that the sort of John Costello pressure, how does that get relieved? Does that get relieved by a big Dublin performance, or does it actually get relieved by a big Mayo performance? And Mayo pushed Dublin to 3, 4, 5 points. And then in his report, he can be like, split Dublin in 2? God, split Mayo in 2 with the challenge they gave us in the All-Ireland 2020 final.
The witty banter of a county chairman's annual report. Yeah, I hear you. Listen, I think the pressure is more if Mayo were to win. The easy life is just to keep on winning on. Everything just keeps on rolling along. And, well, I would expect that's what's going to happen this week.
Keep on winning, block out the haters. Number 2 in your pressure rankings is...
the Hill 16 Army. This is where the real pressure is on that you just touched upon. So the Hill 16 Army, we know they make that long trek every year to Croke Park 6-7 times. Sometimes they may even leave Dublin for a match. We know how much they have dedicated their lives to making Dublin this unbelievable juggernaut of success that rolls on. And they want to win 6 in a row because they can just look down, as they have done for their entire lives, at the rest of the country, at the peasants around the rest of the country, and think, when are you finally going to come up with something? When are you going to challenge us? And enjoy, as any county should, the brilliance of their team and enjoy winning an All-Ireland like it's the first one. But a little part of them is worried because actually, if they win the 6 in a row, they're going to have listen to 3-4 months of split the dubs, cut their funding. It's an absolute outrage. And the players won't get the respect they feel they deserve because it'll all be about the money. It'll all be about the money. And they're just looking at the players, this once-in-a-generation talent, because generations now, it seems, only last 2 years in Dublin. But that's what they're looking at. But then on the other side, they're wondering, well, do we actually want to lose? We have a nice, calmer winter if we lose, and we can go, well, we told you so. We told you we weren't that great a team, like 5 in a row. Sure, anyone could do that. We told you we weren't that great. So they are. Can you imagine being in the head of a hardcore Dublin supporter this week? What do you really want? What do you want, an easy life, or do you want the success?
So that is the dilemma. I think John Costello faces a very similar dilemma. So I was thinking, which Dublin player are you going to pluck out as somebody who might appear on your pressure rankings? And you've gone for Brian Fenton at number 1. Why is Brian Fenton the most under pressure human being in the world this week?
Can you imagine being in Brian Fenton's shoes, in his boots this week, the weight of expectation that is on his shoulders? Some may say the greatest player to have ever played the game. His record in championship is unparalleled. But surely he must know it has to end at some stage. This can't last forever. How is he going to sleep at night thinking about what is coming down the tracks on Saturday? I would hate to be in Brian Fenton's position. You know, the only way of sleeping is by counting all those All-Ireland medals that are up on the wall, one by one, until eventually you just doze off. So I just hope, for Brian's sake, he can cope with this incredible pressure of trying to lead Dublin to 6 in a row, can cope with the pressure of, he has to deliver on, doesn't he, in this final, to be the greatest midfield player we've ever seen. Whew, it's tough going for Brian.
We're about 5.5 days out. Call it. Your early Monday morning prediction, Nathan.
Dublin.
Dublin by...
I don't worry about winning margins. The agony of defeat is the same, whether it's, because let's be honest, may have gone through them all, whether it's 1 point or whether it's 20 points. Yeah.
Well, that is it. It turns out nobody's actually under any pressure because Dublin are going to win out of canter, it turns out. That is your pressure rankings for this week.
OTB AM's Pressure Rankings with Gillette.